Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. And I didn't sleep well. So here we are, trying to make today work. Let's see what happens. I'll do chill. Okay. When last we were here, this was all uploading. It actually seems to have done just fine. The only thing I feel like I want to do is I think I might want to override this picture and put in a different one. Horrible night last night. Ugh. All right. This entire episode Good morning, Brent. I'm shrug. I am having a tough time this morning, Brent. Hey, Patsy. How you doing this morning? We're being weird over here. That's really strange. It's vanishing in different spots? What the hell's going on? Oh, why does it have a mask? Ugh. Why do you have a mask? Delete the mask. Thank you. Weird. Oh, yeah, that's important, man. Coffee brewing is an important thing. We're just saying. Oops. All right. So, Patsy, we sent off the first issue to be printed. It went off this morning, or well, I guess last night. And is out there. It's at the printer. So now we are putting the comic up on I'm putting it up on Webtoons, not Webtoons, Global Comics. So this is the export single layer PNG. And this is BR0101-CBR-web. That's a lot. All right. Everything. Okay. Let me say, yeah. And then we close this and say, do not save, because if we save it, we'll lose it, right? We'll lose the double page spread. Okay, now back to here. What I really want to do is take you, delete, yeah. Okay, so how do I add one? Right. Not here. I have 2 spots for this. This is going to cause me a no end of problem. You know that, right? I have made my life complicated. All right. We're uploading that. Now we'll have to figure out what this frames widget is. How do I make it page 1? Because I actually don't need the tail on this one, so we'll delete it. How do I move you to page 1? Probably not the best day for me to be doing this. Help. Gosh, I hope that I don't have to, like, I don't know. I want this to be page 1. How do I make this page 1? Yeah. While we're at it, we don't need this page either. All right. What do you want on missing frames? What do you want on the frame? What do you want on the frame? Okay. Add a frame. Yeah, it looks good. That's a frame. That's a frame, all right. Is that all I need to do? No, you need me to actually manually draw it in. This could take a long time. Okay, so apparently we're supposed to put in these frames to make it easier to read. This is kind of a pain in the butt. I'm just saying. Especially since apparently it takes it forever to figure this out. Is there like an auto frame function? And it's not like I don't have gutters and everything. Let's look. Let's bring it up and say, oh, look at all this. It's kind of a pain to get it up there. I mean, like, kind of thinking that the frames might actually be like in units of thought, right? Like, for example, the way this page is set up is more like this guy. Right? Because like these are the thought bubbles here. Yeah, because like something like this is so hard to figure out. Although it is interesting that I can overlap my frames, so you're reading the same pictures twice, you know? There we go. It's kind of an interesting effect, though, because now I can have it. You know, you're looking at her. Maybe actually with the top one here. Uh-oh. We may have a problem, though. If I can't grab that. This isn't as bad. It's still kind of a pain, but this could be far worse. And it is kind of cool to be able to kind of direct your reading. Like in this instance, putting all these frames in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, will allow for people to look through the panels on mobile. As if the comic had individual pages. I'm not 100% sure. But that's the impression I'm getting, is that if you're on a mobile reading this, I can so just keep plugging like everything. This one's going to be the hardest thing to convince me to do every time. So I feel like this is going to have to come up with a very viable response. If I don't get a lot of positive response from this, I'm going to be like, I didn't know worth the time. Right? And legitimately, we are. We're kind of cooking along pretty fast here. This isn't taking that long. Some of this show is silly boring as we go through and do the work that needs to be done. Oh, we've hit the crunchy music. Sounds like somebody's eating something. Candy or something like that. Okay, we gotta change music. What is this? There's little, like, divots. If it's like this, though, this becomes sort of a full thing like that, where you actually can see the ball. I mean, you can kind of see the ball from far away now, but you don't usually get to see the ball. It's kind of far away. You can see the ball there. I've made it easier to see the ball and the threads that tie to the hammerhead, so that you can kind of see what's going on out there. Because the hammerhead, that's the whole point of the hammerhead, is that the gravity projectors are on either side of the hammerhead. So it projects the ball forward or projects the ball behind them, and the ball is just a black hole, which, when it's projected forward, the ship falls into, but then as the ship's falling, the ball moves too, so it just keeps moving. I just love these little batches of techno babble. Moment controlled, you can hear us. This is FS510 heavy on final approach. Altitude is nominal. Approach vector to the port is 030. I just love stuff like that. It just sounds so much like something you'd see. And I have to cut this one correctly. Because of course, the entire point of this one scene excuse me. Sorry, guys. It snuck up on me. And Patsy had thought about the butts thing, but I actually feel like that's just Mayrel. She doesn't actually use language that much. She's a word weaver, a storyteller. As all the Deus Thati are. That's their religion. So she uses language correctly or tactically. I'm really having a problem with these. Like, they're really weird angles and stuff like that. Well, I can kind of get creative in there. There you go. All right. Uh-oh. Now that we know what we're doing, there. Microsoft broke. What did Microsoft do? Oh. Oh, that. God. So hard, guy. Why don't you do the logical thing? Shh, logical. Shh, logical. Shh. Yeah, this is not bad. So, okay, guys, should we have the advert for Pia on here? Probably not. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I don't want this to be bad. All right. I think we put in all the doodly wops. All right. Yeah, but it's so huge. Yeah, I've liked my own thing. There we go. Problem is, it's massive. Do I want it to be massive? No, fit to height. Oh, fit to width. No, fit to height. Then I can read the whole thing. I don't care. Right? Okay, so there's that. That. Hey, this isn't bad, actually. Look at this, guys. Kind of looks nice. Kind of looks nice. Okay. I think we're ready to put it up there. Yeah, it's today at about now. You know what? We'll do it at 10 o'clock. That way, it's exactly 10. Why? We don't really know. There we go. There are no subscribers, but that's okay. I don't have any subscribers, so nobody will know, except me. I liked me. So I will be alerted. Oh, wait, I'm going to be changing. Yeah, no. I need to choose this file. This is the one we were just working on, people. There we go. That's the way I want it. Yeah, you know, but that's it. Juno. All right. I like my new sort of description of this. You know, it's been 500 years since a devastating galactic war came to a horrifying end. For the galaxy, 500 years is but a blink of an eye. For a civilization, 500 years is a renaissance. For one young girl, 500 years was yesterday. I have to say, we like that. Yesterday. Now what we need to do is figure out how to see it. There we go with that. So now we're setting up on Meta. What bothers me is the shortcut to my page is my gaming page. I don't game that much. There we go. Cleaning up my bar up here. All right, that's how this works. Fix it. I'm figuring out how to fuss with this and how to share it. There we go. Yeah, wrong aspect ratio. That worked really well with the Brisbane Square. All right. Oh, righty. I am doing I'm sorry, this is not very exciting. However, there, look at that. I am posting it up to my social right now. Disappointing whenever I post to this and it says fewer than 1,000 posts to everything. Shrug. And I don't get to see what it looks like over on Insta. Oh, now I get to see what it looks like on Insta. All right. Now we're putting it out there. As soon as we do, we got to come back over here and grab the link because Meta will shuffle it into weirdness, into oblivion, if we put the link into it directly. Stop. So we know that has to happen. Try. Post. Wow. That's dramatic. Look at this, guys. Between the time that I posted this and the time that I clicked on it to put the link in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bots all came in and said, share it to this thing. I mean, literally within seconds of each other. Oh my God. The bots are dramatic. There once was a time where I wasn't where nobody paid attention to me. Now they're starting to pay attention to me. I should probably add global comics to this. Right here. Some of that, some of that, save. There we go. It's kind of disappointing when bots do this because, I mean, like, nobody doesn't think that it's a bot. You know what I mean? Like, we all kind of know. Everybody knows it's a bot. So it doesn't make you feel good. And then you just get in there and you're like, oh, look, 6 people liked. Oh, they're all bots. There we go. Straighten that out. Now that we've straightened it out, there we go. The release fires correctly. Share to my feed. All right. I'm doing all of the things. So I gotta find me. There it is. All right, I think I did all of the things. It is now out on Insta. It's out on Facebook. I should probably launch it out on Twitter. I don't even know where else I can launch this out on, but I think got it. Okay. Looking around. I don't do very much on Twitter, so all right, now we're going to put that out there and we will tweet it. Can I add a picture? I can add a picture. I should add a picture. I have tweeted. There we go. Okay, that was a lot of ing, but it took an hour. I mean, really, to manage my social media only took an hour. I don't know why I worry so much about this. I really don't know. Okay, so Armageddon Divinity is cans. Obviously, cans comics are comicsy. Art Crumbs is a thing. That's cat. So, and I just love this picture. I'm just saying. Okay, so favorites list or lists one. I don't even know what list one is. Comics my buddies made. Oh, that's my lists. Gotcha. So we don't know if there's anybody else that lives out here. Okay, well, we have a lot of things out here. I'll bet you I don't even show up on the page. I don't. That's all right. Wait, they've got them in Japanese? Okay, I gotta see. Nice. There are Japanese comics. That's a thing. Do I even show up in sci-fi? Yeah, I'm not going to show up in sci-fi. Hit the durr face. Durr. Oh, hey, somebody commented already. They shared it on comic support on Twitter. Oh, well. Thanks. That's cool. Thing is, it's been 10 minutes. I doubt seriously this is. You know, I thought about that. Do you know how much techno babble I have? That's a good question, though. Could we even do that? Like, let's see here. Oh, おはようございます、スギパー。VIP クォーターとトヨテ、no. VIP クォーター準備トヨテ、準備と。Yeah, I could probably do it. Maybe. Wonder what would happen. Wonder what kind of trouble I'd get into. I would probably make a mess out of it. But it'd be great practice. And some of the things I could do here that don't sound the same. So, 何色は whatever constituency is, and livery. Ugh. Okay, so page 1 would be a pain in the butt. No, what would be a real pain is this stuff. 最後時は9人じゃない. I don't know what race is. Kane janai. Ooh, kuni janai, kane janai is kind of cool. Ningen dake. Ningen no. Ningen kanchi no. Anyway. Maybe. Ugh. Could be brutal. Okay. So here we are traveling among the leaves of green. We have completed the task. The comic is now at the printers and it's up on social media. And I broadcast it on Twitter, Insta, and Facebook. I don't think I live anywhere else. So while we're still here, And while we still remember these things, let's set up the to-do list for the next issue of things that must be done. We'll add a task, and then we'll say before issue 2. Right, this is our new task. Right, we'll add a step. Okay, before issue 2. Because we want to do all the things that clean this up, right? Speaking of cleaning up, clean up. QuaCk, I think, is pretty solid. So clean up the. Oh yeah, no, we need to do scales. Okay, so one of the big things we're going to need to do is clean up all the scales. So right now, if you put a Unity Destroyer and the QuaCk in there, the QuaCk's tiny because QuaCk's tiny compared to a Unity Destroyer. However, the texture mapping on the QuaCk is so detailed that the lines look really tiny and really difficult to translate and parse. So we're going to make a map that's smaller and shrink it down and then make the lines thicker so that when you're at like Destroyer scale, we use a different map for the QuaCk that's really tiny so that it looks different. And then when we have you're sitting with just the QuaCk, we get the same thing with the MPV. The MPV scale is going to be smaller so that the MPV doesn't look all super detailed and crunchy. It looks a little weird to have some of those things like that. So we're going to do some different scale work. Correct the scales on the sets. 1, we need to build VIP quarters, because that's a set. We're going to need to build a rebuilding or reconstruction site on moment, because we're going to need that, and build the bridge of the Commonwealth Destroyer. And well, uniforms and Mustang C01 here. Unity. That. Oh. There were other things that I kept thinking, I better fix this before we head out to the next thing. I'm trying to remember all of them. Because we've got to do this before issue 2. I mean, obviously, we've got to finish the writing. The weekly page? It's over there. We're not doing weekly. This is all the stuff that needs to be done before we start issue 2, which is part of the issue 2 thing. Like last time, okay, so here's one of the mistakes we made in issue 1. We didn't do a task list based on the actual comic. We did a task list based on the, ooh, we built a world, which is why we spent an inordinate amount of time on star maps and stuff like that. Some of that was just world building was so much fun, and it is a lot of fun. And there's nothing wrong with world building being fun, but I do want to start having more issues before, you know, people start forgetting that I exist. The weekly tracker's over here. Because that's this guy. We're not ready to get to this yet. This to-do list is just a remembering all the things that need to be done, which we can put onto this, but we haven't got there yet. So. There you go. Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna put task stuff on here yet. Like, for example, I mean, we're gonna clear out of NDK, and I'm gonna start working on Airship 27 for a while, just to clean my brain out a little bit. Let's see how issue 1 rolls. Let's see if people even engage in it. People may not even want to see it. It may be one of those things where they're like, yeah. So I use the weekly tracker to keep me as sort of an overview of what this week looks like. So now we need to think of other things. I know you do. Well, you get to see it. It's out there on Global Comics 6666. So there you go. And that works. So it loads out there. I feel like I should change my Twitter stuff. Like, edit my profile. And oh, yeah, it's set to the wrong web page. There we go. And I will add Derpy Chang. I should add Derpy Chang to this. I like Derpy Chang. That's a great picture. Ridiculous, but entertaining. There we go. We'll add Bellatrix Rising header, which should be good. There we go. I haven't had any changes out on GS Davis Art on my Twitter feed in a zillion years. So that's useful. Also, now that we're on break, I kind of want to do a couple of Springs comics just to give us some nice shuffle, because Springs never dies in my world. Springs is perpetual. It just keeps going. Whenever I think of something funny, Springs is there. But I've been concentrating on this for 2 years, so Springs has kind of taken a little bit of a back seat. That doesn't mean we don't have it, but I also kind of want to start setting up a Springs book. Like, sell the book again, because I had a book, and it's kind of cool that I had a book once. A long time ago, I made a book, right? And it's all the Springs comics that were there so far, right? It's a great book. And it's very good. And I liked it and stuff. So, but this was 2014, right? This was, and I have made more Springs comics since then. A number of Springs comics. Even though I haven't been like horribly awesome, I have made quite a few, right? And maybe what I need is to add a new list called Spring. And every time I come up with an idea. So here's the thing, I think Springs Monday is a great idea. It says it on all of my lists. So let's talk a little bit about this. I don't have a list for work, but I should. I'll call this one Foxtail Graphics, right? The Foxtail Graphics side is where I will add a task. Leadership 27 hash. Because I'm forgetting all the things that need to be done. I'm forgetting all. That's actually why I'm starting to organize this. Poor Fred. Fred has wanted me to illustrate his book for years, and it's been many years now. And I feel really bad because he paid me for some of it, and I've not done it, mostly because I can't remember what's left to do. Airship 27, Nancy Henson, Silver, and Deckle 2. Now we've got that, right? At some point. So, red. Once I do these, I'll be able to tell what jobs are still on my tasks list. Task lists. Why do I have contact Tony for the task? How was that? So there we go. We got Bellatrix Rising, the shopping list. That's important. Shopping list is great because it tells me the things I need to go buy. black is no longer black. It's the B. Matrix Rising TTG. Okay. Because that's the name of it. Okay. So we're just doing some thought processes here. You need to go buy epoxy resin. Oh, you know what'd be really cool is a Springs comic done in cell. That'd be weird. Oh, man. All right. I am really trying to think about what were the things that we had borked that needed to be fixed before the next one. Springs on a cell with epoxy resin. See, we're talking here. We're talking. You could probably just put a background down, cover it with epoxy, put another cell on top of that, cover that with epoxy, and put another cell on top of that. And then you'd have a block about this thick of epoxy, but you could, tilt it and it would look 3D. The problem is, how do you get all of the bubbles out of it? That'd be the biggest issue I'd see. No, I actually love this battle plan. I don't know how in the world we're going to implement it, but I love this battle plan. New list. I am, by the way, going to be at Rocky Mountain Con. So let's go on ahead and talk about what do we need to do on here to complete Rocky Mountain Con. New cells. There'll be subtasks on that. Clean up table. With nothing I can do about it, man. Wonder if take out the card reader. Wow, I'm watching myself live over here on Twitter. Why is this 2? It shouldn't be 2. That's weird. Okay, so here I am out here going, well, there's this. Dang it. Okay. You can tell that I'm having issues because I am so scatterbrained today. But that's all right. I've been learning to work really well on this to-do list. It's actually linked to my phone. So it comes up on my phone too, which is extraordinarily useful because it allows me to It actually allows me to see the same one here. Right. So here is the same thing we're working on right here is the Bellatrix Rising comic. And that actually is extremely useful because now the same critter is up here on my phone. So. Yeah. We'll need the books. And make sure we have our comics. It would be ridiculous to do this. Call this issue 1 and issue 0 because both of those exist. Displays, that's a good point. Displays. Also, Starfleet uniforms. I had this realization when I was at the what's its con that I should be dressed. Yeah, that's issue 0 is the tech manual. I should be dressed in uniform because then I'll attract all the Trekkies. Because the Trekkies will be like, you're dressed in uniform. And it occurs to me that dressing in Starfleet uniforms will tell the Trekkies that, oh, you know what I mean? Like, they'll know that I'm supposed to be, you know, that tells them what kind of comic it is. If you're dressed in a Starfleet uniform, you're pretty sure you know what kind of thing you're dealing with. And by then, I should have 2 uniforms, both of them from Picard. So, pull in? What do you mean pull in? I mean, I have table rig. It's already ready to go. I just need to pull it all apart and make sure it's all washed and cleaned and, you know, all the stuff. I might want to fix my tablecloth. Because my tablecloth only covers half of the table. Oh, I get you. Yes, it pulls people in. Exactly. Being in uniform will make people go, hey, you're a Trekkie. And I will say, yes, I am. I am indeed a Trekkie. So I'd seen on Insta at some point in time, somebody, maybe not Insta, I think it was somewhere, Facebook probably, one of the Facebook subgroups, but some person had put on a uniform and done her hair like Janeway, and she'd done a really good job. She looked very much like Janeway, but her pips were kind of wonky. And other than that, she was perfect. The uniform was perfect. And she even said, I did a great job on this one. Everything's perfect except for the pips. And you know what Kate Mulgrew did? Kate Mulgrew replied and said, a little bit of cardboard behind there will fix that really quickly. And beautiful cosplay. And all of us were like, oh, not only did Janeway herself reply, but she gave help. You know, she helped. And so I was like, oh, that's so awesome. You know, I feel like I use the black pullover that I've got for this so much for all the Picard uniforms that I may actually put a permanent installation of pips on it. Although what I think I might do is cut the sleeves off of it, because the pull. All I need really is the dicky part, but it feels weird to just have the dicky. So I want the full shirt. Also, I may have to start wearing a back brace at the conventions, and if that's the case, yeah, cardboard and yeah, it's obviously they've figured that out for Star Trek as well. So, but yeah, that's the thing. So for Rocky Mountain Con, I don't know. Do you think that by November, I don't know if I want to mess with Springs as a big book. So let's see. Repop Springs Annual. I feel like we have nice use of apparel. A lot of these will have to be redone because they're really low quality. But this was 50 pages, and I feel like we can do better than 50 pages. So I'm going to look at a repop on this, and let's take a look at it. In fact, let's close you because we don't need to worry about you right now. Let's go ahead, and I'm not thinking very straight anyway. So, I mean, I'm thinking straight, but I'm tired. I'm really tired. After we're clear from the show, I'm probably going to go right back to bed. So, looking at here, let's do Avanti printing, because now we use Avanti printing, which is here. Avanti printing is cool. So Avanti is it's a printer here. I don't know why I've never started following Stan Yan. It's a ridiculous reason not to do that. There's like no reason why. The Comics Collective. I don't know, man. Okay, Avanti printing. We need to focus, guy. Focus. Okay. I don't see any way to make this uniform. I mean, I'd rather print out of Avanti printing because they're local, but Superior POD will give me the templates. I'm kind of bummed to have to jump out of. Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's not a task thing. I'm just spacey. I had horrible leg cramps last night again, and so I ended up sleeping about 3 or 4 hours last night. So I'm just really not doing good. My brain is not braining very well. So I did do once these 3-inch hex tiles, which I thought were really, really cute. And what I did was I made the hex tiles so that they were all business cards. And I thought that was very neat and nifty. And Yeah, I'm just super squirrely, and that's all right. We've only got about 15 minutes left in the show, and I'm poking around and just trying to figure out what to do. Wow, they can do printed shirts. Interesting. So let's do some perfect bind. I like this 7.5 inch by 7.5 inch square. Right, that's this guy here. And this is kind of cute. I like its size. It's kind of wild. Double check. No, this one's 8.5. Have an 8.5 by 8.5. Yeah, that's this one. Okay. Yeah, Bellatrix Rising t-shirts. So the problem with t-shirts is there we go. Problem with t-shirts is you've got to get like 67 trillion of them. You can't just get one because, you know, you have to get a small and a medium and a large and a super large and a pizza and so it becomes sort of a pain, right? So, good morning, Merrick. The data needs to be converted. Large square size front cover. The red area is your bleed. Extend all art and textures to this area if you want them to run to the edge. Blue area is safe. Essentially, away from yellow is your spine. There is your art. Okay. So, Eric, we finished putting issue 1 up on globalcomics.com. So it's out there now. And so that's great. And now I'm talking about repopping a book I did in 2014, which is this guy here, for my little Springs comic. So we're going to, this is a great little book, but it was only 50 pages. And I feel like I've got more pages of it now. I also want to go through and clean up the comics, because they are, I mean, they haven't been modified or anything in years. So, we're going to kind of dink with that a little too. I'm just setting up stuff to do. I'm setting up projects so that when we get tired of doing projects, I can move to a different project without. It does sound like I'm on static, doesn't it? No, it is. It's the weird music. It's the weird music. I'm going to change the music. Comics with an X. So, I don't know if I can add to it. Hang on. I'll add to it. I wonder if I can just paste. Yeah, there we go. Here. Haha, check it. That went out on everything. Yeah! It's in my Twitch channel now and everything. I should have done that before. Because that cleared every one of them. All right. Your work blocks it. Well, just bookmark it. Just bookmark it. Actually, I would love it if you would check it out on your phone, because in theory, it does like each pan. You know how we were just in the very beginning of this? We were doing all the little different panels. In theory, it does all those things like individually and Doodlebox. There we go. I'll ask. All right, so we know that this is probably, I think. Okay, we're going to make a new project. This is going to be a new book. I guess it could be a comic. It doesn't matter now because it's kind of fancy. Yeah? It does each page on the screen, so it doesn't actually do the individual. Can you click on each frame? Monochrome. Yes, that's what I was afraid you'd say. You're just not going to hang out here. So, what's 8.5? Like, here's the unit measurement menu. Frick. All right, let's go back out to here. Springs. Let's say new folder. The new. Select folder. Just the page loads, huh? Well, I need to get cat on here, I guess. Springs the volume 2. You know what? I don't know what I'm calling it. We don't even know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the heck we're doing. Does anybody know what we're doing? No, nobody knows what we're doing. Nobody. Let's talk about this stuff. Okay. That's weird. may not be ready for $90K though. Somebody's saying, how much are you selling it for? And I'm like, $5, but it may not be ready by $90K. There we go. So it was like, how much today? Well, I hope it is too, because I want to just brag. I mean, like, hey, check it. Two whole comics. I mean, you know, it'd be kind of wild. Either way, I think we can pretty much safely say that this is going to be our page size. So we can go ahead and trim the canvas to this and give it just a little bit of boot like that, and a little bit of boot like this. And then we can at least call this that, right? I mean, if we do this, at least we know that this page is correct. So, actually what I will do is change canvas size, because these are going to be comics, or these are all going to be Springs comics. There won't be any full bleed at this moment that I can think of. There was no full bleed in the previous versions. So, that really is what should be here. And then we should see what image resolution we're at. And say inches, it should be 8.5 by 8.5, and resolution 600. Double the size. There we go. As this then can be saved as, and we'll go out to by the artist to my Springs directory. New book 2. We don't know. It's a book 2. JPEG, and we'll call this the template. Okay. Just punch it. I don't care. Doesn't matter. See you later. Goodbye, Merrick. Oh, we're doing great. Now it's just up to trying to figure out how social media wants to handle this crap. Shrug. So we'll kill that because we need to kill that. Yeah, find that. There we go. And then I will say all copy paste. Then I will flip this guy horizontally. Like that. We'll say apply and then multiply. And this will give us an outside border, inside border. Right? Doesn't really matter otherwise. But then I can just save this as save as. Yes. Boy, you really are pissed off about that. Like, I'm not changing. I don't need to. Okay. Let's take a look over here to Springs. And if we take the 313s, the original 313s, right? Some of these are really super rough. I don't even know if this is the right resolution. Might be. What size are we in here? Well, they're not bad. I mean, at least I was smart enough to do some of these in the larger versions of it. They are crooked. But if I were to do this, I could put them in here and they would probably, yeah, they don't fit bad at all. Look at that. At least the original 313, which isn't the original 313. It's not all of them. It's just the original, like small sample, which didn't get me in the door anywhere. It's 11:01. Okay. Well, guys, I am really good. I am super spaced out. See? Yep. Okay, cool. A lot of chatter all of a sudden. Okay. I'm going to go back to bed. That's what I'm going to do. I'll see you all later, folks. Where the hell is all my stuff? There it is. I'll see you tonight. And we will continue on with poking around trying to figure stuff out. So, good night, everybody.